Hello, On the Rockers. On this episode of On the Rocks, we take it to the runway, with model and actor Victoria Pousada Kreindler, who is redefining representation across entertainment and fashion, with my co-host, model musician, the bubble butt with a brain, Steven Dehler, and me, your sassy host with the sassy most, buttons and bows and pantyhose, On the Rocks podcast.
The place where too glam to give a damn, raise a glass.
It's On the Rocks.
Life is a banquet, and most poor suckers are starving to death.
I'd like to propose a toast.
This is On the Rocks with Alexander, where I drink with your favorite celebrities as we talk about fashion, entertainment, pop culture, reality TV, and, well, that's about it. So pop a cork, lean back, and raise a glass to On the Rocks.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Lord have mercy. Welcome to the show. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at On the Rocks on Air and on Facebook On the Rocks Radio Show. Send us an email. Book us for a pride, wedding, funeral, quinceañera, bris, even Palm Springs. We're there. Yeah, we don't care.
That's fun.
Info at ontherocksradioshow.com. Also send us your comments, your guest requests, and your guest questions.
This show is presented by Straw Hut Media. You can watch and or listen to every one of our over 400 episodes at ontherocksradioshow.com, YouTube, Facebook Watch, on I Love Gay LGBTQ, and of course, Bearwood Magazine.
Okay, before we get to it, so kind of exciting news. You've just been booked and blessed and blessed and blessed.
It's been a month.
So the reason you're dressed like a lifeguard today, you just came hot off of the casting for Baywatch reboot.
Yeah, it was fun. It's been a while since I've been to a casting like in person.
Well, we were talking about nobody has really done casting. It's all been self-tape.
Self-tapes, yeah.
This is, I think, one of the first major castings that's been face-to-face.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people that were there, just my ears were flapping over, talking about how it was their first casting that was in person since COVID.
Okay, and it's funny because you're the model. I've seen your runway, magazines, whatever, yada yada yada. But you had to read lines today. You were like actor.
Yeah, but I think doing the burlesque shows and having to put on a character.
Burlesque.
Yeah, put on a character on stage and stuff and getting used to that. I don't know. And I'm older now. You can't be afraid.
Yeah,
it's got to fit yourself into it.
And you did your lines today with an interesting personality.
Oh yeah. I ran into Carrie Colby while I was there
from Drag Race.
Yes, Sasha Colby, love you. She, her and I read some lines together before we went in to do the audition, so that was a lot of fun. She has that video. She took a video of us, so post it if you can.
Did you get nervous?
I mean, of course, there's a little bit of nerves. If you don't have any nerves at all, then I'm like, what are you doing there? You know? So, but I was a little bit more, I think I was more excited than anything.
All right. Well, hello, Baywatch. We got your new lifeguard here. Was it a lifeguard scene or what was it?
It was a lifeguard scene. It was just basically, they set it up so that the characters were genderless. So you could play either one. Both were lifeguards. So.
What was one of your lines?
Give
us an actor.
Well, the whole thing was the character is resigning and the girl's like, are you for real resigning? And I was like, of course, you see what happened yesterday? And I was just like, just all this nonsense.
All right, move over, David Hasselhoff.
No, that's Stephen Amell's role because he got cast as
you look like
lead.
you could be his brother, by the way.
Younger
brother. All right, so lover, who knows? He did rap around Baywatch. Who knows? All right, let's bring on the diva of the hour besides us.
Yes.
Victoria Pousada Kreindler is a trailblazing New York and LA-based actor, model, creative director, published poet whose career is redefining representation across entertainment and fashion, making history as the first Hispanic petite-plus model to appear in London Fashion Week and in top global magazines, just small little titles like ELLE, Harper's Bazaar, Glamour, and Claire, both the U.S. and international, by the way. She's emerged as a leading voice for body equity and inclusion, and impact recognized with her 2025 Glamour Women of the Year Body Positive Model honor. Her on-camera work continues to rise with a role in the upcoming feature Blessed, and a prior appearance in Ashes Never Rest, now streaming on Amazon Prime, by the way. Go watch it. Beyond the camera, she's a respected creative director and co-founder of the Starters Block, while also advocating at the
She can sing?
She can sing. She can sing. We're going to talk all about it. Yes, she can. Advocating at the policy level for ethical fashion through organizations such as the Model Alliance and Height Revolution, including lobbying for New York's Fashion Workers Act. Frequently featured in People, Women's Wear Daily, The Business of Fashion, and the LA Times, she stands at the forefront of a new generation of multifaceted talent, one whose artistry, advocacy, and cultural influence continue to shape the future of the industry. Please welcome Victoria!
Hi, y'all. Thank you for having me so much. Oh, my gosh. Y'all gonna give me a big head with how much you got.
Wow. I mean, you deserve a big head, which I don't usually say to women, but when I read these credits, I won like a science fair medal once, and then I look at like all of these like things that you've done, all that you've accomplished just so far. It's taken some strength of character for stepping outside the box. Have you always been so strong-willed and kind of thinking that norms don't exist? Was that something that developed for you as a kid?
So when I was a kid, definitely, I was a little brat as a kid. Most definitely. If I wanted it, I got it. But unfortunately, I think what, happens to a lot of women in this country, it kind of got not literally beat out of me, but kind of beat out of me. So rediscovering that part of myself and rediscovering my agency and power and doing that alongside like other women, other LGBT folk, and everybody else in this industry is beautiful. Getting back to yourself is not just fun, it's a beautiful and inspirational experience.
Now, you are a New York native. I can tell little bits with your accent. Even the rest of your accent I cannot place.
You're
so stupid.
Bing bang.
Share a little bit about this rich cultural background that you come from, because you spin the globe, you're like, yeah, a family, there. What is your cultural makeup?
My parents have no type. That's honestly it. That's what happened. So so my mama's side, the Pousada side, they're Gallega, Galicia, Spain, but then also I have family in Puerto Rico, in San Juan. My titi lived there and taught at the Universidad de San Juan for like, I'm gonna get the numbers wrong, but like something like 30 years, something like that. And my tío Felix was Boricua, native, Felix Oreda Reyes, and you can read his books about Betances online on Amazon. He was a historian, great dude. My cousin, he Boricua. I got a cousin adopted from San Martin de la Meta in Colombia. I was raised by an Ecuadorian. Daddy's side is Ukrainian Polish from Halenchina, if that's what it's called today. Also Galicia, but it's not called that no more. And then my stepfamily is Vietnamese and Japanese.
Oh my God, this is insane to me.
And also, I was partly raised by a Black Jamaican woman from Queens.
I wish we all could say that. So what the hell does Christmas look like at your house? What are you eating at the table? Because I want all of these foods.
I know.
So Christmas, my stepmama will make like clams and spicy pineapple sauce. So good. Oh my God. And then Thanksgiving, ironically, my mama's side don't like turkey, so they be making chicken and paella and other things like that, and like mixing it up.
Yeah.
And then we got the Friendsgivings, and we got extra Thanksgivings and extra Christmases, and we do Hanukkah and Christmas. So it's just that time of year, man. The amount of gifts I gotta buy is insane. I need a personal assistant just for the gift buying.
Family schedule. You're like, I'm sorry, I'm a model. I can't make it. But you come from this rich cultural background, and then we know how New York, and I can tell like from your accent and just from your energy when you walk into the room. How has this cultural background helped shape who you are today? What are some of the things you learned on early as a kid from your family that you still subscribe to today?
Well, I also forgot to mention my half-sisters are part Italian. So,
I do not want to get in a fight with anybody in your family. No family fights. Somebody's going to be keyed, scratched.
Dead as you do not. So do not break the pasta. No cappuccino past like 5 p.m.
Wait, you're not supposed to break the pasta?
Yeah, you're supposed to just put it straight in the pot and like let it like, first of all, the pasta's supposed to be tall.
Yeah.
Like, tall and like tall enough to hold the pasta.
Yeah.
It's like a
really
pasta
bad
pot.
to break the pasta.
What is that? What is it, bad luck?
No, they just don't like it. I
heard
can't
it was bad
explain
luck,
it,
but
man.
I'm not that Italian.
I think they just like the look of it, like that it's like long,
It's like
and
mistreating.
pretty, and like maybe not like cut in half. I don't know.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to ask them. I can't explain. No ketchup on steak. Things like that.
No, I agree with that one.
I don't care how white you are. Nope. Nope.
I just like food. You just give it to me. I'll take it whatever way you make it. But more importantly, beyond the food, like perseverance. My stepmama, she lived in the Vietnam War. My mom, my biological mom, she, went to college at 16 on scholarship, did a medical program in only 6 years. It's usually 8.
Damn.
She ran a frat at the same time. It was just super cool. And my dad and his work in law has been really inspirational and professional and a big success as well. And like my family and just the history and just being not only about family, but working towards a better world. There's this whole concept of tikkun olam in like Judaism, which is do good unto the world. And I just really try to embody that in every way I can, because what are we if we're not with everybody else?
I love that.
Yeah.
Vote for Victoria.
A new city council.
Yes. President, are you kidding?
President,
we need
yes.
somebody to run. Come on.
That part.
A fun fact, you did start out as a model, though. You, for years, singing was your passion, and even costume design. That was your life. How did the singing start?
So I remember I sucked at singing when I was younger, but I loved to do it. I would sing Aretha Franklin in the car. And my sister would be like, shut up, Victoria, you suck. So then I got mad, and then I took lessons for like 10 years and got good. And I was in the choirs and everything. Fun fact, only Jew in my gospel choir at Trinity College.
Like, sorry, I can't make rehearsal. I have Hanukkah.
Yeah. No, but it was great. I loved it, man. And then just, the plan was to be a singer first, but, we just became legal in New York, and I was at the dispensary, and that shit was too fucking strong when they started out. I got that shit from Brooklyn, from the bodega. Do not do that. Oh my
He's
God.
like, what's the address?
Yeah. No, the trip was bad. I'm not gonna lie. And then I saw an ad on Instagram. Do you want to be a model? I was like, sure, Vicky, anything to get through this bad trip. And that's kind of how it spiraled out. Made the Instagram account. It was for a photography studio, and they were like holding a special, like, you show up on time, you get a free photo shoot and evaluation on whether you're good at this. I'm like, bet. So everything that I was planning to do kind of happened in reverse. I was also gonna start with acting more, and like I kind of did with like school theaters and performances and plays and things like that, but the on-camera stuff honestly really took off and started getting serious after the modeling. So,
and I love that's what your origin story is. Literally an Instagram ad, almost like you saw the Baywatch thing on Instagram. But it's funny, we see all these ads, we're like, is it legit, whatever, and you were like, what the hell, why the hell not?
I was high.
Yeah,
Moral of the story, smoke weed, make good decisions.
And then you become a model for Fashion Week.
Hey, at least I wasn't drugged.
Yeah. You've been credited with the way that fashion and the modeling industry looks at models and how that's changed. We think of the norms that the modeling world put out there, especially with documentaries like we were talking about America's Next Top Model, about how we see how harmful it is towards models, how damaging it is because it's about looks. I don't give a shit how they're damaging you. And that's what the environment is. So in your mind, in seeing a modeling call and then just putting yourself out there, knowing, what the norms are out there as to like what a model is, we know you're a little shorter.
Yeah.
You've made like headlines there.
Long legs though.
Well, I don't have long legs. But so where did you get that courage to be like, yeah, I'm gonna join this competition. I'm just gonna do the damn thing?
I really have no idea where I got the courage from. I think I honestly got the courage from my peers and other models who were doing the thing too. Because like when we started out, we were all in these group chats and on IG and everything, and you just found your community, and the petite community, the plus community, they ride or die with you. They really do. And logistically and logically and technically and by the book, it makes sense that modeling is about appearance. But the thing is, we need to then define the standards of beauty and then expand them. That's the issue. Like, that's the core of it. Like, what is beauty? And also, is your standard of beauty logical to what's happening? Like, it is absolutely ridiculous that there's a height requirement for a beauty casting. You're just photographing my face. Why do I need to be tall for that? Makes no sense. And the reason why we have tall models, a lot of people will be like, oh, it's because you can see them better. Oh, they look on the clothes.
The fabric falls a certain way. Sample sizes are always made to a certain body type.
Yeah, and then there's also like, oh, it's cheaper to dress the tall models who are thin. I'm like, but if it's a thin model who's short, wouldn't it then be less fabric? I mean, aren't you saving costs that way? And then they're like, no, we don't want different heights in our show because we want to maintain the line, the walkout line, and everyone's the same height. I'm like, well, then you could just make everybody short. Like, there's just so many holes in everything, and it does not apply.
But you're challenging norms that have been around. When we look at what the beauty aesthetic is, we go back to centuries. We look at the statues that are in Rome right now. There was a certain aesthetic. So you're challenging these norms from way back in. As far as the modeling agency, in terms of height, you're challenging norms that have always existed. It's just always been that way.
Well, yes, but then also if we do look at some of those old paintings, they be curvy, they are shorter. I mean, there was no height requirement to be in the Mona Lisa. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't there.
She didn't have to smile, that bitch. She just like, what?
Dead ass. And it's the same thing with media too. Like, the more we perpetuate these ideas, the more power we give them. And like, I want to see plus size characters on TV and film. Like, I'm honestly tired of seeing the same faces. I'm tired of seeing the same bodies. I'm tired of seeing the same stories. I'm tired of seeing the same thing over and over again. People want to be entertained. People want to relate. There's more money in projects that people can relate to. So why are you going to use money as an excuse when it has been statistically proven through various studies that DEI is more profitable, especially in the long run?
That is 100% true, and that even goes towards the queer community as well. We queer folk will spend more money than straight folk because they got families to worry about and blah, blah, blah.
And once you get the queer community on your side, they are ride or die. They will follow those pop stars till death.
Yes, everything. And then I think over the last, maybe even the decade, I think we have seen a change in film, not so much on the runway, but I think in film we've seen fuller figure men and women really taking the starring roles now. So I think that has changed. But then what happens a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, then we have Ozempic, and all of our body positive people, Rebel Wilson, Melissa McCarthy, Lizzo, I mean, you go on and on, people that the body positive community adhere to. Now all of a sudden they're seeing their idols shrink down, not in a healthy way. Huh?
Jonah Hill,
George Lopez, John Goodman. We're seeing all of this because of a pill that only the rich can afford. But it's not a healthy way to do it. And then where's our body positive idols? Were they, in your opinion, were they just saying body positive because they were that size and now that they're not, it doesn't exist? Or what do you think's going on in their minds?
So I do think there's the external pressure, of course, always to just to be thin. We feel it every single day being in the industry. But then we also need to address, individual situations too, because I'm apprehensive to just assign the same thing to everybody when I've never met these people. You know what I mean? But
you're good.
No, but like that ass.
No, I'm glad we're having this conversation.
Because okay, maybe 10 people lost it for the likes and the image and because it's the trend. But then maybe there's one person who did it genuinely for health. Like I know something that's very common when women get pregnant, they're told to lose weight and other things. There are genuine health complications. But the issue, again, is not attacking individuals for whether they gain or lose weight. The issue is we need to prioritize health and understand as a collective in society that just because someone's bigger, it doesn't mean they're less healthier.
So let's address that. I have this as a hot topic later, but let's address this. And I love both of your opinions because we know you're at the gym twice a day. Even when we've gone out till like 3 a.m, you're there at 6 a.m. on your birthday. Literally.
Why?
I'm never there at 6 a.m, but I would say like 8 o'clock night.
No, on your birthday you went early, remember?
I did go early on my birthday.
Yeah,
yeah.
on his birthday.
But that's because we had to be on the train at because I didn't work out.
Thank God we got there on time.
Sup, hurt.
Well, anyway. But there's a pressure for you to keep and maintain a certain level. And what I love about you is you share your workouts on your social media. Like we see that health aspect of you. So for you to say like, yes, but then there's the idea that if we're body positive, we're telling a whole generation, hey, it's okay to be heavy set and not be healthy minded. We're not telling the younger generation to be healthy. There's that side that says no, body positivity actually hurts the nation or youth and all of that. What do you say to that?
Well, I mean, also just kind of backtracking a little bit.
Yeah,
in the
please.
Modeling world, like men and male models and anyone who identifies as male, you have it so much harder than us women, in my opinion. Like, it is such a stronger physical standard because traditionally y'all were seen as like the mannequins. And like I see curve boards at female modeling agencies and on the women's board and everything, and you don't really see it on the men's. There's only a few for men. So that's a big issue too. This isn't just for women. This isn't even just for men. This is for non-binary, trans, everybody under the sun. And you know, you can't tell models, you can't tell actors not to eat. They can't perform. And people are so worried about the bloat in the morning before a photo shoot. I'm like, just eat an apple. Like, you know, it's this extremism that isn't just unhealthy for the body, it's unhealthy for the mind. And again, if you can't perform on set, you're then costing money, you're costing time, and you're hurting yourself and you're hurting other people. And every time you insult yourself and your own body, you are also insulting everybody who is in that same demographic as well. So that's just something we need to work and teach. And yeah, fashion has always had these ebbs and flows. And like, I know models who've been doing this like 40 years and they're like, yeah, we'll be back in trend in like 5 years, whatever. I'm like, okay, but maybe we should stop making bodies a trend in Hollywood and on the runway. And did I answer the original question you wanted me to answer?
I think I brought up like 3 hot topics.
I know you did.
Just remind me, man.
No, remind me too. No, because I think this is such a hot topic and it's so important.
Yeah.
Because when people say, no, I don't believe in body positivity because everybody should be healthy for their own good, which only talks about the physical part, like what you mentioned, there's the whole mental part. Some people are just going to be thick their entire lives, no matter what they do. They're going to kill themselves to go on a diet, to be skinny and miserable, but then they get applauded every time they do that. Like, ooh, girl, you lost weight, how great. You know, nobody says, oh, you gained 5 pounds, you look great. But it plays with you emotionally. So what's better, mental health over physical health over mental health?
They go hand in hand. They're the same
balance,
thing.
right.
And also people will shit on girls for being too skinny. Like we see that too. Men
Eat
too.
a sandwich. In my Mean Girl days, I've said that too.
Yep.
And I've eaten all their sandwiches.
People have been attacking the Osbournes heavily.
Also with Wicked,
Yes.
that was a
yeah.
huge thing. I'm like, we don't know what's happening in these people's lives. Like, I also think there's just, of course, you know, there's always celebrities and, you know, there's a part of fantasy that plays into that. And then there's, you know, the obvious, like, you're in the public, you made that choice, you continue to make that choice. But on the other hand, these are people and you should respect their privacy and their boundaries. You do not know what they're going through. Did they go through a loss? Are they going through something health-wise? Was it something with the set? Were the problems on set? Were they starved or are they choosing? Like, we don't know. And people just love to assume. People don't ask questions. And I think that also speaks to like the lack of critical thinking that we as a country are currently going through.
Yeah.
And it just seeps into everything. And it's just equally important. You need mental and health. They're symbiotic.
And I hate to say it, you know, we're everybody's on edge. Everybody's in Mean Girl mode, and attacking somebody on their body is such low-hanging fruit in terms of comedy. But I'm going to take full responsibility during the whole Wicked thing. I have made jokes in my Sunday brunch circle of friends, and I'm the last one that should be joking about anybody's weight. But we get so conditioned for easy humor, Mean Girl one-liners, and the media is also, how many memes did we see about, oh, they obviously didn't have food on the set of Wicked. And it's humor that we'll, and I'm sorry, I fell victim to that as well. And I said a lot of things I shouldn't have. And this makes me rethink everything, you know, even in terms of physicality in my own life.
But that's exactly what should be happening. And that's so great that you even said that and acknowledge that and, you know, address that. Like, we're human, we're gonna make mistakes, and we do all fall to mob mentality a little bit, especially online when we're not in person. It's not an in-person mob. But, you know, that's just a self-inventory. That's exactly what we gotta do. No one's ever gonna be perfect, but we just gotta try harder. And that's exactly what we're here to do. I'm not perfect. I've probably said some shit online too. Please don't go looking. Please don't go looking. Please do not. I will delete.
It's at www.
I will delete everything.
Right.
The Facebook's gone, y'all.
But it's funny because we hang out a lot, and you also go dance. We just spent the weekend in Palm Springs. We saw Tad, by the way. But everyone's like, oh, you're so hot, and people come into the gym and like, can I touch your muscles? And it's so weird, not knowing all the hard work that you have to do, but also not even acknowledging the whole other side of your life that you have in terms of like being in burlesque, being an accomplished pianist. Like, they don't acknowledge that. How does that play with your psyche when it's like, oh, you're just a body that I can worship, to your face, by the way?
I mean, I got into physical fitness before I modeled. I didn't like start getting in shape because I wanted to model. It was just something that was just sort of my lifestyle in the first place, and that's just sort of like who I am. I grew up playing sports for 14 years, and I just was always very like active. So when people just sort of like see that as like all that I am, I'm just sort of like, well, that's just sort of the superficial image that they're just looking at face value. like an onion, you know. There's layers there. There's just a lot more to a person.
Shrek.
I know. That's what I was like. I was like, I just calling out Shrek, you know, which is a reboot that I'm okay because that's a good one that's coming back. but no, I mean, yeah, I know. I mean, it does sometimes you're just sort of like, okay, enough. Like, please do not grab me. There's something called consent, you know, and I appreciate if anyone does like ask first, I will be like kindly, politely, no, thank you. But yeah, I mean, for me, I don't know. It doesn't really affect me like mentally, like negatively. Like I just at this point, that's just sort of what they think at face value, and that's just sort of the fact of the matter is, you know. And then you just feel like sometimes you have to prove yourself maybe a little bit more because that's all they think of you as, and you sort of already start with it like as a bar lower because you're just like, okay, they already think I'm stupid, or they already think I'm just like a dumb gym rat or something like that. So then you have to prove yourself a bit more. But outside of that, I'm just sort of like, whatever.
All right.
You need to switch gyms. I think you need to switch because I feel like they got disrespectful people there.
You know, fortunately,
It's in West Hollywood.
it's in West Hollywood. Fortunately, like the gym is not the worst for me. It's just like being out. It's like, I mean, some people grab me at bars and just because I go dance, and I'll just go to another bar on my break, and they think that because they were tipping me at one bar that they can do anything they want to me at another bar, and I'm just like, no. We had an agreement, like we had personal interaction, and now you're just trying to grab me for fun.
I will be your bodyguard next time you go out. I kid you not. I will smack them. I will push them.
You know what? Let's go out. We'll have fun.
Dead ass. I've been trying to go
The
to
New
Rocco's.
Yorker will come out like, I'm in LA now, bitch.
Yeah. All right. Next week.
So Victoria, let's talk about answering that ad on Instagram. How did you connect it? How did you hit the scene? Did you get like the agent and then that happened, or how did you transition from getting high one night to like, oh hey, I'm making waves at Fashion Week? How did that whole transition happen?
You know, I got high and then I fell into a lot of scams, so it's not glorious, y'all. A lot of models don't talk about how many scams we had to deal with in the beginning, and
Do you remember Model Mayhem?
Oh, I remember that was a website.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
trafficking website. I know many a girl who was like, I was going to meet a photographer and then he brought me to his basement. And
that website was very dangerous, especially for women.
Yeah. Thankfully I never took any jobs on there, but I did make a profile at one point before I knew any better. And this is like beginning of 2021.
Yeah.
But you did deal with your fair share of scams. You also dealt with photographers who were like, oh, you know, there's this issue with your body, or that's that issue with your body.
That my tits are smaller than the rest of my body in comparison. I will never forget that.
So how did you make that work though? Like you fought all of that.
You just keep going. And like, honestly, you know, I feel like I've done a lot of agency hopping. I totally admit to that. And it's not a good look. So I just decided to, you know, I have my 2 agents. I'm sticking with them. And the rest is just going to be on me. Like, I've been doing so much, not better. Well, yeah, better. But like.
Pat yourself on the back, girl.
You got it.
Look at your resume. Yeah.
But I've been happier, like, with these 2. I found good ones, and I'm going to stick with them. And that's rare. But, you know, also just, again, it's the community. Like, my friends really keep me going. Like, my friends be sending me so many castings on Instagram. Like, I swear they be sending me more than my agents. I promise you.
This guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you hear that?
He's always sending me stuff. I'm like, I'm on it.
Yeah, and it's just supporting each other. And like, honestly, also, I like to do everything in the industry. Like, I don't just like to model. I like to creative direct. I love
singing.
but also photography and other things. And I'm getting to be a little bit of everything. I've done associate producing. I've done casting. And the more you're well-rounded in it, I think it also helps the network. But it also gives you a better perspective on how to succeed, because you don't just know how to succeed from one perspective. You know how to succeed from all the perspectives. And it's almost like you're filling in pieces of the pie a little bit. But you just got to keep going. Like, you got to know, like every time there's a troll online, block, delete, or report, block, delete, all that shit.
Yeah.
You just
can't engage it.
Yeah, you can't feed the trolls.
Yeah.
You know, they're
Most
hungry.
of the time they're bots.
Yeah, but also they're hungry
jealous
and
of what you've done because they didn't have the courage to do
that part. Yep.
That us, exactly. And you're gonna get it from personal, you're gonna get it from friends, from family, from the industry, from all these people. You just keep going because it's so big and it's getting bigger every day. It's not 1982 anymore. It is a huge industry now. It's actually oversaturated. So you just go where you want it. Like, if they don't want me in New York Fashion Week, I'm going to London. there you go.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I just love that kind of attitude. What does your family say about you being a model? And like, you've like visited over 24 countries so far?
I'm at 28 now.
Jesus.
I've taken 16 planes this year already. 16. Yeah.
That was just to go visit your family around the globe.
Not yeah.
Another Hanukkah? Oh, okay.
And also New Year too. And I'm all
Oh,
that.
right.
Oh my gosh. See, now you made me forget the original question.
No, what does your family think?
Oh yeah,
about you?
yeah, yeah. What do they
yeah.
think? You know, I think I subconsciously blocked that out because they're not unsupportive, but I don't think they really thought I was gonna be like good at it or like succeed at it or like make money at it. Like they weren't like, no way, but they were like, okay, she's young, she'll get out of it. It's a phase, and then it's like actually doing well. I'm like, hi family, here's a cover. And then I finally sent them a cover after like 4 years of blocking them on everything so they wouldn't see anything. And then, because I wanted it to be a surprise. I didn't want to come and show them stuff that was like subpar.
Right.
Like, okay, here's a good thing. And now like Nana's got like my Glamour cover and like hanging in the apartment. So that's cool. So I'm happy they're supportive of it. But I think my daddy would most certainly still be happy if I decided to be a teacher.
Well, I think you've taught a lot of people, though. I think
Right.
you've taught a lot of people in the industry. I think you've taught a lot of models that want to get in the industry. And young girls. We talk about what kind of role model you want to be for any young girl, you know, growing up and seeing you on London Fashion Week. I mean, that's
Not just
teaching.
girls though too. Like I want to write for everybody.
Yeah.
I got a mannish face. I could help be inspiration for the man. Like it's you know.
The inspiration I give to men is not for fashion. What was it like when you saw your first print ad and you had it in your hand? What was that feeling like?
I remember it was actually for Indie Mag, and this was back when I started. You know, it was me, a group of girls. Was a photographer, and she started her own Indie Mag, and I actually took it in my Nana, my dad's mom, like her vintage dresses from like the 60s, and like I was just so happy about it because it's like, it's not just about me, it's about her too.
Yeah.
And it's about bringing back the fashion. And I loved that I could incorporate history and my family and her in that project. So it wasn't just like pride, it was just genuine joy and feeling really connected and almost like a kind of zen after all the squealing and being like,
She was just high again.
yeah.
Where's that bodega?
Okay, we go to a dispensary. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've upgraded.
We fancy now.
Yeah.
And getting the call for London Fashion Week, do you remember when you got the call that like, oh, you're booked?
It was not a call. So what happened was my agent back then, they sent me to a fitting because they needed someone with my measurements. The designer had a dress. One of the models kind of dipped out last minute for whatever reason. I was hearing her talk about that, and then I dead ass lied. I said I already have my plane booked and my flight. I'm gonna be there anyway. I did not. And then she's like,
I love that.
I mean, I was willing to. I was like, you know what? This is exactly what the savings are for. You know, fun fact: you do North Atlantic Airways. You go from JFK to London Heathrow Airport for $200. So. Yeah, daughter of an aviation attorney pays off.
I'm gonna give you a call next time I have to travel.
I have an entire document of tips and stuff. So
Yes.
I was like, yeah, I'm already gonna be there if you need me. And then she was so sweet. She booked me and she got me. And then I forwarded it to my agent and they did the negotiations and stuff. And it was honestly such a great experience. It was the most organized experience I had been at up till that point. So that was great. But then Renee, she's such a sweetie. She was like crying at the end because she was just so grateful. And she's just such a genuine soul. And it was just, again, Curve community, ride or die for each other, you know?
Let's talk about going to London Fashion Week.
Mm-hmm.
As happy and as proud as you were, we know that these fashion weeks can also be very vicious in terms of the modeling and you from your fashion stuff that you've done as well. Did you get any pushback from other models? Like, what are you doing here? And you know, like
Mean Girls.
Yeah.
So I was definitely the shortest one there. I mean, everyone's towering above me, and that's how it is at every casting. I'm like, hi, how are you? Hi, God.
When
How's
the
the weather
designer was
up
talking to
there?
everybody, they're like, where's Victoria?
Yeah, there you go. That ass.
Like, I'm breaking kneecaps.
But ironically, I did not experience any pushback personally. I mean, maybe they were like steaming behind the eyes, but people were nice to me. But I did hear from other models who were walking with me for my designer that some of the thin girls were talking shit about them and giving them looks and like saying things. I'm like, really? Damn. So I was like, I'm lucky I didn't run into them. And I literally asked them, was it the girls I was talking to? And they're like, no, it was other girls. I'm like, so, it's going to be there. It's always going to be there. Yeah. It's, people are just hateful. It's not going to change. People be hateful. People be hating. And, you just got to push through because they're just mad that you're there. And that's jealousy and that's insecurity talking. And you can't let it get to you because guess what? You got a whole army of other people behind you who are with you and riding with you. They want to come and fight you, fine. I got my general in the back.
And they can talk as much crap as they want, but guess what? You're there too.
Mm-hmm.
We're all here, so.
They're just mad that we got paid and they didn't. That's probably it.
I get paid up front. A lot of the headlines really applaud for you for being fashion forward in terms of, for being short, plus figured. But do you ever get tired of talking about those aspects of your modeling?
Yeah. A little
because
bit.
Every headline kind of focuses. It's also like when there's a queer actor and it's like queer actor whatever is in a comedy. Well, okay, like who cares about the queer thing? Do you think it helps spread awareness, or do you think it limits somebody to a headline?
I think it spreads awareness. Unfortunately, again, the market's so oversaturated, you have to niche down. It's not, it's not the 50s anymore when it was like, okay, we got 20 actors on the rotation. Yeah. Like there's 20,000 minimum just at this one casting call. Yeah. And especially with self-tapes, it's open now. So it's a byproduct of the industry and like what's happening now. Like it's great we can connect with everybody and see everybody around the world. But the trade-off is now you have to niche down. Plus side, you do not have to stay in the same niche forever. I know that sounds common sense, but it did not occur to me until recently. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have to stay this forever. So maybe you focus on it just to get your foot in the door, get your press up, and then maybe you pivot to something else. But I like talking about it a lot because one, it's who I am. And I want to, again, keep writing not just for myself, but for my community. I only get tired just because I don't like repetition or repeating myself. Yeah. But that's just me being like picky and like ADHD and just being my weird ass self. Like I don't like to say the same words again and again. Notice I don't use those filler words. I don't be saying like. Yeah.
Like, I like to go when I'm tipsy. All of a sudden my likes and my arms start clicking in.
Because you like what you're drinking.
Yeah, well, in 10 minutes I'll be like,
like so.
Victoria, as if like, you have to uncheck all the boxes. It's like, well, this is what I'm doing in my life. I'm going to check all of the normal boxes and really be outside the box. You also are part of the queer community as well. Mm-hmm. How does being part of the queer community affect the other aspects of your life? How do they complement each other?
I think it just connects me to more people and it's something to bond over and common ground and like, because, all right, if you look at my face, I'm dolled up and everything right now, but you look at the headshot, like you would probably cast me as like a straight Republican woman. Like, so I don't really get, that's what I was told.
Have you seen Republican women lately? I don't think so.
True. But you, like, people don't, like, ask. And also in fashion, everybody's queer. So it's like, yeah, there's still issues, of course, but everybody's queer. And then Hollywood, most people are queer. And, like, I think the biggest problem I'll face is, like, fetishization from, like, straight cis men. Yeah. But other than that, everybody doesn't care. Yeah. Like, they don't really, like, they might acknowledge it, but beyond, like, the dating scene, I have... watch me, knock on wood, beyond the dating scene, it hasn't been negatively affecting me so far, thank God. But again, knock on wood, watch someone come for me for like right after this podcast.
So what is dating like for you? Am I allowed to ask?
It's so confusing in LA. I thought
amen to that.
Yeah, like I thought I was meeting up with a friend and then it turned into a job interview. And then it turned into a date. I was like, I don't know what's happening.
That's LA for you.
Yeah.
You gotta sleep with the boss. No, do not do that.
No.
You funny.
I'm inappropriate.
I am the boss, so I guess.
So at least you know you'll get off.
Yeah. That's funny.
What do you look for in a partner, though, especially when you've accomplished so much? What do you look for in like somebody to share your experience with?
Well, I'm a Leo, so I'm compatible with Aries. No, I'm just joshing. Am I though? But loyalty. I'm monogamous. I'm very monogamous. I'm not someone who's down for other stuff. If you are, great. Not hating on it. Just it ain't gonna work with me. And someone I can be comfortable with, because I'm an ambivert, so when I got the energy, I'm like extroverted, talking, everything. But when I don't have the energy because my social battery drains a little faster, I'm like, okay, let's be quiet. Like someone who's good in like the club, but also being at home, like a little bit of versatility, and someone who can handle all my traveling too.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of traveling, and like I just, especially between New York and LA. So, and also someone who gets my schedule. It's like,
do you have difficulty with long distance?
I don't think I personally would, but I think my partners do, or have in the past too. I mean, I haven't done long distance officially yet. The longest distance I ever did was like, oh, I'm in Pleasantville and they're in New Row and I'm 16. I don't have my driver's license yet. I literally broke up with someone in high school because I was like, you live too far. It's a 45-minute drive. I don't have a car yet. But
fair.
yeah, I haven't dealt with it yet. But to me, I don't feel like it's an issue, especially because I'm not just a texter and a caller. Like I like to send video messages, not just voice messages. And I feel like that helps.
Yeah.
You know, very like back in the 2005 when we like FaceTime was like first coming out, we were just what you doing? And you know, you just like they just cook it.
You hate FaceTime?
Really? You don't want to be like cooking and then have your friend just watch you cook while you're in the middle of the kitchen and you're on camera for 4 hours?
I could do that with the relationship. I feel like I don't think I
It's
FaceTime.
cute.
Well, I mean, long distance, so you have to find ways to connect.
I would assume so. But you're also giving so much of yourself to so many causes, and also being a model, you're exuding. And you know how it affects your physical and mental state. It's like, how much do you have left to give to somebody else fairly?
Right.
Well, that's why I'm hiring a personal assistant on Monday.
And there's also jealousy aspects.
Don't hire anybody
having a career where you are modeling, and then you know, and having an appearance, and people that you're dating are being like, well, you know, and then there's people like in the dating world fetishizing and all that kind of stuff. So.
You know, they want to date you for the clout. Like the moment they hear you're a model, they're like, really? So then I lie and I'm like, I'm a photographer, which isn't a lie because I do it, but it's just not the full scope. But with people in the industry, I think it's a little easier unless you're doing better. Yeah. But also jealousy is a roadmap to what you want. So I think I just want to be with someone who understands that. Like if you're feeling jealous, that's okay. It's normal. It's an underrated emotion. Like it's not bad in of itself. It's like, Inside Out, like sadness isn't a bad emotion. Like you just gotta work with it. Jealousy is a roadmap to what you want. So if you're jealous,
so smart.
Yeah, if you're jealous, then that means you want it. So you should work towards it. Like that's an inspiration. Be a
challenge for you.
Yeah, and also don't try and push it down. Like rock with it.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm jealous of my friends, I say I'm jealous as hell of you. Like just acknowledge it. It's a compliment to them, but also it's efficient. You know they're doing the work for you.
That's such a healthy way to think of it.
Yeah.
I got it from an Instagram post.
Yeah, bro. Okay. Trademarks.
Sometimes they're on point.
But like when guys come up to you, they think that like, oh, if they were to get with you, they'd be dating the model version of Steven Dehler, and that's not who you are at all.
Right, because
like,
I'm just a homebody playing video games, eating my Panda Express. I'm like, I'm like, it's not
playing Final Fantasy on the piano.
Exactly, my nerd.
Especially when you wear those glasses. Oh Lord.
Well, now I want to see the glasses.
No, you do not. It's like, hi. No, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. Like he could ever look bad. Give me a break. Stop. Start. Okay, let's talk about. You also identify as neo-divergent.
Oh my God, you scared me when you said neo. I was like, what? I thought
Neo
you were
from Matrix. You identified. No.
I thought you were gonna say neo-Nazi.
My God.
I was like, no.
These are in my notes.
Yeah. Neurodivergent.
Did I say neo?
You said neurodivergent.
So
neurodivergent.
I am Neo from the Matrix.
Which pill you're gonna take? All of them.
and more.
No, but so neurodivergent. I'm sorry. And this is a
neuro. You said neuro.
Why did you say it like that?
It's not Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro is not in the room.
Yeah.
Do I mute you?
Robert De Niro divergent.
But it's a new term for me. So I would love to know how you define it for yourself and how it plays a role in your life.
So I am so ADHD, y'all. Like I'm not the kind that buzzes in the body. I'm the kind that buzzes in the brain. So like for example, I space out a lot, and it's just because there's so much going on. It's hard to keep track of things a lot of time because we think in 4 dimensions and the world is just in 3. Yeah. Like you remember Minority Report when he's like got all the screens.
I love that movie.
Yeah, and he's got and then like that's how we think, like in that 360 hologram kind of thing. So it can be a little like difficult because people can't keep up with me. This is why for my nonprofit, we are all neurodivergent on that team, and we are lightning speed on everything. We get each other, we get each other's systems. I mean, it's not like non-neurodivergents or neurotypical people are not allowed to join. They are, of course, but it's just a happy coincidence that kind of happened. You know, like, and it can be a little frustrating on set because, again,
I was just gonna ask how that plays a part on set.
Because I see inefficiency and I know how to fix it, but then as an actor, it's not your place. And then, like, I haven't been an EP yet, so it's like, okay, how much do I have the right to say? Are they gonna like be angry that I pointed this out? Are they gonna be appreciative? You know, it's different with everybody. You always got to be a little political about it, I guess, and like especially when I was an associate producer. And it's just it's frustrating because I can just go so much faster and do so much more, and that's contrary to what a lot of people think. They think we can't handle anything. I'm like, no, I'm medicated.
There is that assumption. It's like, oh, be careful, you know. But you also, when you're in front of the camera, you also have to be present in just what you're doing and what the lens is picking up.
Well,
so
if we're interested, then we're focusing. Yeah, if you interest us, we're focused. I'm focused right now because this is interesting me.
Well, we're wonderful. So.
Yeah, you're fucking fantastic, and I love y'all both. So easy. But I do remember an acting teacher saying, "Don't mention it in auditions. They'll think you can't handle the script." I'm like, that's so 80s. I'm like, I have not heard that yet.
It's uneducated. It's just
yes, but these are also the assumptions out there too,
right?
Yeah, like it's like when I'm not epileptic anymore, but back in the day in high school I was, and I remember my my teacher. I told her, like, she was calling me out in class because I was spacing out. I had like there's different types of seizures. Like there's one where you just stare off into space. And it just looks like you're zoning out, but it's a seizure. And then I went up to her. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I think I had a little mini seizure in class. And she's like, oh, would it help you to sit closer to the board?
Oh my God.
Like, I don't know.
She's like, do you need an Advil?
Do you need a tampon?
Yeah. Do you need a, what do the wives take when they want to calm down? Do you need a Xanax?
A Xanax.
Oh, I know that. Take a Xanax.
Yeah.
I know that one liner. But we do need more education in terms of neuro.
Yeah.
You could just say ADHD.
No, because now I have De Niro in my head.
You're gonna be like saying
I
that
have
out
De
the
Niro.
bar, like
With the cat. Literally. With what was it? Mr. Jingles? Mr. Jingles.
Yeah.
Oh, you know they're doing another one of those.
Just stop. No, they don't need another one.
They don't.
Okay, let's start about the Starters Block. You are a co-founder of this organization. Share with our audience, what is the Starters Block?
So, Logline. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to bringing original stories, new faces, and diversity back to TV and film. Scene.
And scene.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's what it is. Like all the reboots, it's insane and it's not done well. And we understand people are just trying to save money, but also it's, you know, people are they're chasing the short-term bag. They're not chasing the long-term bag and the long-term legacy. And again, you know, we know with the screens, it's called second screen content when like you're on your phone, but you're watching TV. That's second screen.
Okay.
But people are craving first screen content again. They want to be watching something they can't take their eyes off. They want another Godfather, another Sopranos. They want another 10 Things I Hate About You. They want to
that
be
yellow dress.
Yeah. Oh my God. And the iconic songs, like like also the
These
iconic
are tentpole movies.
Yeah, the iconic
remember,
moments aren't
that means something in our personal lives that we can respond to.
Yeah. It's crazy to me that people like it's such a thing now that people are on their phones in theaters.
I hate it.
What?
Like it's one thing if you look for a second, put it down, but like throughout the whole time, no.
But at home now we can something comes out in theaters. We're like, I'll see it in 2 weeks at home. We're all on this, even if we don't still have an iPad. We're answering an email. We're like, oh, that's really great cinematography, but we're not, like you said, we're not enveloped by it. But has the content diminished as well?
Yes, of course. Like the iconic moments. I can literally quote so many like 90s and 2000s movies, like 10 Things I Hate About You. What's up with this chick? Does she have berry flavored nipples or something? Like iconic lines like that. They're like, we have Yes Chef, but like I think that's the only one from that year. Like we don't have these sort of like really enticing and captivating moments anymore. Yeah. So that's what happens when you regurgitate the same thing over and over again. The magic and the inspiration kind of like dies down. And I mean, we're here for the indie revolution 1,000%. We are so here for all these production companies coming up. Like it's not just A24 who's standing at the forefront. Like Monkey Paw is coming out, and that was one of the best auditions I ever had.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on with that, so I'm not gonna say too much, but like that audition I did for a Monkey Paw production was great, and it touched on ideas of toxicity between Hispanic mothers and their daughters. I'm not gonna say more than that, but like it was just so great.
That's
like
a
I haven't
huge
seen
thing.
anything with that. Like I haven't seen anything with that.
That's,
And
yeah.
again, it's relatable. You know, the stuff is there. We keep retelling the same boring old white stories over and over again. You want something that's a hit at the box office? Okay, I get why you're doing all these Greek myths, but do some like Indian myths. Do some like something other than the Norse gods. Like I love the Norse gods, but they're played out. Just look to another culture. Taylor Genji would be an amazing fucking movie. No one is doing it. You want shock factor? That book is fucking shocking. It's like Game of Thrones shocking. Like it's there. It's just a lot of, you know, the socio-political economic shit happening. And this is why people got to take back the power and support the indie revolution.
So I think it's that. It's also, we still think Hollywood, or we think that Hollywood, now that there's fresh blood in it, you know, studios are still being run by old white men.
And monopolies too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just it. Studio on studio.
Yeah.
But
oh, did you see that? Like Trump is going to cancel, it's going to cancel the Netflix's bid for, what was it, Paramount, or is it Warner Brothers? Yep. And so that Paramount can get it, so that, because then he'll own all of those networks. Just,
But it's
going
all white men that
overseas.
still don't know what's happening in real life. And so what's exciting, though, is I think the independent filmmakers are now finally winning the awards. They're being recognized. The independent actors that have been doing independent films all their lives
horror
are not being
films are finally
recognized.
getting their
Just last week, we
attention.
talked to Julie Benz about Horrified, and they're still raising money. The movie's done, but they're still raising money. But that's where the direction is going, you know, is independent filmmaking, and that's really exciting.
Yeah, it's super exciting. And it also gives the opportunity to see new faces, because just because we have great actors,
you don't need to see the same 5 people.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't matter how great you are. Like, repetition is repetition. Like, we want to see something different. People get bored with the same thing over
There's
and over
more
and
than
over
just
again.
Timothy Chalamet, you know?
Yes, like I'm sorry, Timothy, but like please give us a little small fry chance, please. Like please, like just let us in the audition room.
That's the biggest thing. It's like, you know, like people say like, oh, you know, gay roles should only go to gay people, or this role should only go to that type of, you know,
It's called acting.
But the thing is that it's not, that issue is that the role should go to the best person for the role, but that we don't have everyone that's the best people for the role in the room.
That's exactly right. Like, we're like, oh, okay, we're gonna have an A-list movie about a trans character, so let's get a trans character. I don't know an A-list trans actor right now.
Exactly. And also, like, this is something one of my teachers really brought up in our film study class in college. He's like, did you even really look? Like, there's that question of, did you look? Like, again, we have all this technology, all this globalization. Did you look in France? Did you look in England, where you're already planning to film to save money anyway, because it's cheaper to film there than the States? Why not just look in England? Like, there's so many options, and it's just, no, we want to be lazy. No, we want to stick to the same people. No, it's a guarantee. Like, it's just, especially because everything is so much about churning out quantity rather than quality.
That's also
Yeah.
it. But we're a victim of that too. We're on TikTok and we're doing this. We're watching how many videos
doom scrolling
in
every
2
5
minutes.
And are they bringing back Vine, the 6-second video app? Like, we're already back to 6 seconds. 30 seconds was too much.
Yeah, it was. But I will also point out the other side of that is that we're scrolling because we're not seeing things that are capturing our eye.
Right.
Like,
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, like when I see what was it? I saw a TikTok about, oh my, y'all want to be grossed out right now?
No.
I mean, I don't mind.
So I saw a TikTok about, I learned more on TikTok than I ever did in school, I promise you. I learned about the Dermadex, which is this tiny little mite that lives in all of our faces.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yep.
Yeah, and they live in all of our pores.
Is he funny? Does he bring drinks?
He brings his friends who fuck on your face and then shit.
Oh,
And that's what your
that's
what your whiteheads and your blackheads are every single night, and you can't get rid of them.
Skin. It doesn't happen
Yeah,
to me.
I'm like,
I'm already like 80% bacteria.
wash your face for 30 seconds at least a day, y'all. All these things.
But that is a really good point. We keep scrolling because nothing, and then we send it to each other so quickly. We send stuff without even watching the full video. Because I said to my friends, "Did you watch the end of that video? It's not what's saying."
I'll get
what
like
you think
5
it's
videos
saying."
from him before I see the first one.
And he only responds to one, and then I break my phone.
I can't scroll up and look at the other 4.
Exactly.
You really do that. I know for a fact you do that. And then just like,
Or I just like double tap to pretend I like saw it so I like it.
Well, the truth comes out.
Yep, the truth
I
comes
do that
out.
with other friends too, but I get mad when they don't see mine. But I do the same thing. I'm like, that's funny.
that part.
But I hate it too. Like, I don't want to be bombarded, especially because I'm already so busy and there's so much to go through every day. But when you send me one quality thing a week, I'm gonna watch it. If you send me 10 things that are
Because it's
shit a day, I'm
important
not
to you to send. But if
Right.
we're sending so much, it doesn't mean that it's that important to us. We just boom, boom, boom. I don't
Right.
even know why.
Yeah.
Because we engage
I
with our friends
I
in
think we
other
need
ways
constant
too.
sort of stimulation. I think that's the issue, is that we need to be constantly stimulated. And that's why we're scrolling by every single solitary thing.
Okay,
so
well, if the
quickly.
ADHD girl is saying it's too much, it's too much.
Yeah.
But
No,
also,
I love this aspect of it because it does make sense. And here's the weird thing is if they come out with a full season of something, I will sit and watch 8 episodes in a row.
Mhm.
But if a movie is more than an hour and 45 minutes, I'm like, oh my God, this movie's so wicked. It's too long.
Well, I mean, that's a terrible
But
example.
7 hours in bed with my Uber Eats, I'm watching the whole season.
yeah, I mean, I will watch the whole length movie. I've seen Wicked on Broadway in person
Oh, well,
and
I
other
just use
shows.
Wicked
I'm
as
like,
a
it's
show.
just the same thing over and over again. Like, it's
Right.
something different. Like, that's why I haven't seen it yet. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I will watch it if you ask me to politely, but no one has asked me to politely. And yeah, I mean, it's also like content should enhance the conversation. It shouldn't be the conversation. If the whole conversation is just me, like, okay, maybe if that works for you, great, but it definitely don't work for me. And like, I want it to add. I don't want it to take over. And like, also, it's the same thing with the reboots too. You know, a reboot here and there can work. Like, reboot of The Blob, reboot of Brigadoon, of like old classics that would bring nostalgia. Like, oh,
How do you know Brigadoon? You are too young for Brigadoon.
that was me. That's me and my abuela's favorite movie. I remember she showed me that for the first time.
Come home with Bonnie and Jean. Come home. Yeah.
Loved
Sorry,
it.
I'm geeking out right
It
now.
was so good.
Yeah.
I would love a remake of that because it's nostalgia, but it's also like, when did they make it? The 60s? And like, you
Yeah, you're right. That has never been done. And such a great romance.
or like
story.
prolonged like sequels that like we don't like. They're doing a Dirty Dancing too.
No, we don't need Toy
Well, it's
Story
3.
6.
Well,
we
3,
don't
but
need
technically,
all these
yeah.
Toy Stories either. It was like, once they hit the spork, I'm like, this should be done. Like, the spork is
But
cute.
you're right. Tell new stories.
Yeah.
And tell stories that aren't just the same, like, white male narrative that's like straight over and over and over again. It's the same stuff too. Like, we want different. And again, it's more profitable to do it.
Victoria, in wrapping up, I want to talk about the term woke has become so overused now, just like the word iconic, but it's still being used over and over. And if you're conservative or liberal, it's being used on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to people who say, for somebody like you represent so many different aspects of life? It's like, some people say, why are you so woke? Just let certain things be. Pick a struggle, you know? What do you say to people say that somebody like you is so woke? When you look at everything that you represented, you're a little woke, girl.
Thank you. That's the response. And as Jane Fonda said, woke is not a bad word. It just means you care about people.
Yep.
And honestly, I think I can't even just put it into a single sentence, because if that's something someone's saying to me, we need to have a serious sit-down conversation. A respectable conversation, yes, but there's a lot more discussion that needs to go on than just something I can put into a simple sentence. Like, that's an entire perspective that needs to be tackled and is not easily undone. And you have to approach it in a way that doesn't seem like an attack. It's like, no, I want you to see my side
Understand.
and create this bond and understanding that we can between people. I mean, if you go insult me, I'm not going to bother. But there's a lot of people who be approaching me with things like that. And we've had, yes, disagreeing conversations, but we sat down and had the conversation. And I think that's an important first step, especially because, you know, again, the content, all the podcasts, podcast bros, you know, if y'all are great, but there's a lot out there who have just done some damage. And it's just, again, the loudspeaker in a crowd, like who's the loudest rather than who's the most informed. And I also think, not to kind of go on like an entire rant about it, but I think the more we tackle education in this country, the more that will naturally kind of shift.
Yeah.
Wow.
Victoria for president.
Wow, yes, I'm not even kidding
She
you.
got my vote.
Can you tell I come from a political family where we talk politics every single night?
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, like dad, he has a lot of political connections, but also my mom's side, who They're not a political family. Like, that's not their profession. But every night talking politics. Every night, it's just on both sides of the family. And I used to hate it as a kid, but now as an adult, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think it's something you grow into. And for people who say, "Oh, I'm not political, I stay away from that,"
That's
well,
called
it's affecting
privilege.
every
It's called
aspect
privilege.
of
If
your
you're
life.
not political in this current, like in this day and age, that's just a privilege. Like if you can ignore it.
It's a cop out. Like, there's no way to not be political.
Yeah.
You are political about the shits you take. I kid you not. And like my acting teacher,
That's a TikTok.
Excuse me, I have to go take a politics.
well, yeah, because
It's hilarious.
who makes their toilets? Where are they made? How much did it cost because of the tariffs? Everything.
That
Yes.
part.
Yeah.
But also, like, my acting teacher is like, you have an opinion about everything. It's a lie when people say they don't. We have an opinion about the chair we're sitting in. I love this chair. It's super fucking comfortable. And I like that it's the
uncomfortable to
perfect.
me.
Yeah, it's the perfect height. It fits my ass, which is great because that's not always the case on a small chair. And then I got the comfy little armrest. We have an opinion on everything. Everything. It's just whether you want to share it or not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What is your message to your fans?
I have fans. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Oh, I love you, Joe. Honestly, yeah, thank you, and I love you. Honestly, like I can't even begin to put everything into a single thing because it's just so much gratitude, and my fans aren't my friends are my fans. I'm my friends. I'm their fan. Like, fandom, I think it's kind of breaking the third wall again. Like, it's just about connecting with people. So, yeah, thank you. Just thank you, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart. I would not be here without everyone who ever supported me.
Well, you have 2 new friends now. This has been such a great chat.
Thank you. I love it. I'm having a really good time. I want to keep going.
I wish we could.
Oh yeah, we're over now.
Victoria, thank you. Thank you so much for coming and sharing so much about your life. Thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for the inspiration that you give to so many different groups. And thank you for mixing it up in the modeling world.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for having me, deadass.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well,
I want you to come for one of our first brunch episodes where all we do is hot topics.
We want to do a brunch episode, a couple of drag queens.
A drag queen, a porn star, and like this.
I will cook for you.
Yeah,
I'm a good cook.
We'll have some mimosas. It'll be fun.
But we'll have like a bowl of hot topics and we just pick and like, that's the show.
Yeah.
For a moment, I thought you said Hot Pockets and I got excited.
I love Hot Pockets.
They don't come in the sleeves anymore.
No, that's the weirdest thing because they used to keep them crispy. But now they're just soggy.
No.
That was my college food, and I'm still.
Now you have to bake. You have to bake them instead of throwing them in the microwave.
You know what? We'll make handmade Hot Pocket.
Oh.
We'll be bougie. Handmade Hot Pocket.
Bougie pockets.
Bougie pockets. TM.
Bougie pockets. Again, thank you, Victoria. And that's it. That's always.
Yeah.
That's it, folks. It's always a grab bag of fun here every week on the Rocks. Big thank you to our engineer Xavier and to Straw Hut Studios.
Please like, share, and subscribe so we can continue bringing this fabulous programming coming your way. Until next time.
Stay happy, stay healthy, stay sexy, and if you drink, stay tipsy.
This has been another episode of On the Rocks. Tweet me and slide into my DMs on Twitter and Instagram at On the Rocks On Air. Find everything On the Rocks for free at ontherocksradioshow.com. Subscribe, like, review, and share. Until next week, stay fabulous.